In this video, I'm going to cover how to write a good follow-up email. What I've done, I've logged into one of my lists in my autoresponder, and this is one of my messages that I've currently got live. This is the 3 biggest list building mistakes to avoid. Now if we scroll down, I'm going to show you exactly why this is laid out how it is and why you should use something similar in your own campaigns. So this is the message. Okay, now at the top there in the title we've got 3 biggest list building mistakes to avoid. Now when it comes to your subject lines, okay, we've already covered this. You should have already watched the video about subject lines by now. This subject line here, okay, I capitalize the word biggest, okay, just so it stands out. Whenever you create a subject line and you give people information on things to avoid, okay, they are emails that people like to read, okay, because the way that people think is that there could be something within this email that they actually do in their business, and this applies to any niche, any market. So this is always a good one to use. Okay, so it could be the 7 deadliest mistakes you should always avoid in XYZ, and obviously I've put the 3 biggest list building mistakes, so it could be the 3 biggest weight loss mistakes to avoid or anything like that. Right, so anyway, let's go down to the main body. So as you can see, I always start my emails with hey first name. Sometimes it's hi first name, or howdy first name, or how's it going first name. Okay, I always like to capture people's first name because I find that I can keep my emails much more personal, because otherwise if you don't capture their first name, then you're going to start your emails with something like hey or hello or hi, and it's just not very personal. Now I know most people know that this is an autoresponder, but still, when you actually speak to somebody within an email, you want to try and make it as personal as you can. So this is why I always capture people's first name. Now underneath that we go into the actual information that I give away. So as I said, these are the 3 mistakes I give people when building their list. The first one is not segmenting your lists. Okay, so I've just put, when it comes to list building, there are many mistakes that people make today, and today I'm going to give you the 3 biggest mistakes people make when building their lists, blah 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 blah. And as you can see, I go down and I kind of explain about mistake 1, why it's a big mistake not to segment your list. And then within this little paragraph here, if you remember what I said earlier in the course, didn't I? I said you can sprinkle some links within your content. Now don't you think this looks a lot more effective, or it's a lot things flow much more and much better if you just include a link like this than if you were to just go into a pitch straight away and say, hey, check this out, this is the best thing I've come across for this information. And that's just a pure promotional email, and people get sick and tired of those types of emails. So the way I do things is I provide good content and I sprinkle links within my content. And as you can see here, this is part of a conversation, so I'm actually talking about when people make mistakes and people don't segment their lists, and then I just say this is actually one of the things I show you how to do in these list building videos here. And then after that I go into more information about not segmenting your lists. So this link here, some people do click this link and some people do buy. Okay, I've found it's a lot more effective to do this as part of a conversation than to just pitch people products and links. Okay, it doesn't work and it's not effective and people get fed up with it. At least this way, how I'm showing you right now, okay, you give people good, solid, juicy information, and at the same time you can make money by promoting products within your content. So I've got a link there, and then we go into mistake 2, creating ugly looking emails, and then mistake 3, this is the biggest, and just selling and more selling. And as you can see, this email is full of some good juicy information. So anyone that builds lists, okay, this is going to really help them. This is going to really help them with their list building, because a lot of people do not segment their lists. That's a really important one. And the number 2 was creating ugly looking emails. Now this, I can assure you that a lot of people are guilty of doing this. Maybe you are. When you create your emails, they're far too wide. Okay, you shouldn't make your emails more than about 60 characters in width. So as you can see, my email here, okay, it only goes up to there. Yeah, that's around 50 to 60 characters wide. Okay, and this is the best width to use to get the best kind of interaction with the new emails, and it is proven. And not only that, it just looks a lot more it's just a lot easier to read. When people come to your emails and they read your emails, they'll find them a lot easier to read if they aren't spread all the way across the page. So mistake 2, as I said, creating ugly looking emails, and then mistake 3, I explain about just selling and more selling. And then at the bottom there, as I said to you, I include a signature link. So if you include a link there, people do click on these links and you will make sales, so they are effective. So some people can click the link at the top there and then go through, and then other people can scroll down and just click the link there. And you can even include another link in your content here somewhere, so you don't just have to include one link, okay? But the main thing to take away from this video is not to just sell and sell, okay? It's to provide good content to your subscribers, and at the same time you can include some links within the content, okay? The problem most people have is that they either give people lots of free information, tons of free content, which is great, but they don't sell anything. So they just condition their subscribers not to buy anything. And then you've got the people at the other end of the scale that just sell, 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 and their emails are maybe 100 words long, and every single email is just a pitch fest, okay? It's just a pitch for another product, another product, another product. And people are not going to buy anything because you're not providing no value, okay? You need to provide good information, good value, and if you do that, okay, you condition your subscribers to getting good information from you. And when you do that, okay, you're going to stand a much higher chance of them actually buying something through one of your links. And that's the way it works in email marketing. So if you provide some good information within your emails, which is helpful, this is going to help you to then make more sales from the actual links that you provide within the content as well. Okay, so this is the example of a good follow-up email to use. Now, of course, don't use the exact same one. Okay, just take some ideas from this email, and if you look, I've numbered my mistakes 1, 2, and 3, and this is something that I would recommend for you to do, because it's so much easier for people to kind of absorb the information. If you number the mistakes or the tips, it's so much easier for people to absorb the information and to take on board exactly what you're actually showing them, rather than if you just made a 700-word article. It's sometimes a bit difficult for people to actually understand and take tips and the advice away from the email. So if you actually number them, tip 1, tip 2, tip 3, tip 4, tip 5, or mistake 1, mistake 2, mistake 3, this is what I've found to work way better than if you was to just create a long email and just don't include any numbers or any bullet points or anything like that. So include some numbers in your email as well, and it will make it a lot more effective. So that is the end of this video. I hope you can now see the type of email that you should create in your email campaign. Okay, these do work, and you can make some tweaks to this technique. You can include more links if you like. You can make your content longer, but whatever you do, just follow the tips that I've given you. Okay, and I'll actually run through the 4 tips that I've actually got in front of me. So the first one was good content, which is helpful, okay, which we covered. Second tip is to include a link to a product, okay, which we've got here. Third tip is to include a signature link, which we've got at the bottom there. And the fourth tip is to just do not flat out promote in most emails. Most of the emails that you create and you send out to your subscribers want to be like this. Okay, they want to be full of content and some links within the content. Occasionally you can just send an email where you actually promote one of your own products, and this could just be a main promotion for one of your products, to say to say that you recommend this product and this is how it can help them. And you can do that, but just don't do it that much. I would do it maybe once every 10 emails, something like that, because if you was to create your emails like this, like I've shown you in this video, then you will do absolutely fine and you will make plenty of sales. Okay, but as long as you have everything laid out and everything included that I've explained within the video,